It's a good idea.
Yeah. All right. Welcome, everybody. We do this every Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 6 a.m. California time. And Rajiv Ji,
Give or take a few minutes.
give or take a few minutes. Yes. It's 6 a.m. What do you expect on Saturday? uh, Rajiv Ji is with us. He's our immigration lawyer. And Rajiv Ji, let's kick it off with any brand new information on anything, any updates on H1B, third lottery happening or not happening?
Nobody knows. We did talk about President Biden's executive order last time, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We did.
After that, nothing major has happened. Things
Hmm.
are going on as they were. I can't think of anything else. No.
Okay.
Sam
And third
Altman got
lottery.
fired.
Oh, Sam Alton. Yeah, yeah, yeah. OpenAI. Yes. Yeah, I saw that. Do you know why?
There was a nasty statement from the board of directors. I am surprised because normally when companies lay off high
Yeah.
level uh, executive staff, they always give very neutral statements. They don't talk about, well, this guy was not giving us honest information and it was very difficult to make good decisions. So they actually called him dishonest, which is,
Hmm.
I
Interesting.
think that may be a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then third lottery happening, not happening. Don't know.
toss a coin.
But wouldn't the days like I think we are close to finding it out, right? Will they
I
say
don't
that?
remember. I don't remember last year. Was it in September that we heard about the second lottery? I think it was because
Yeah.
if you get your deadline is June, right? July, August, September. Yeah, I think it's unlikely.
Unlikely. Okay.
Mm.
Will they say that third lottery is not happening, or we just have to assume that it's not happening? Okay.
We just have to assume.
All right. All right. Yeah, I think people are asking the same thing. So,
Who
all right.
knows, Sai Saab? Sai Kumar Gunda.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay, let's start with questions then. Can I visit India if my OPT gets approved, but I haven't received EAD? What if
Can
my
you
relate?
can you go to my blog?
Yeah, yeah,
Let's
yeah,
everybody please make note of this. And I don't remember. I just figured out all the details and put them all in a mind map.
yeah. And
Go
travel.
to immigration.com,
Yeah, yeah,
and on the very top ribbon you have Rajiv's blog.
yeah. Sorry, I will share my screen because you don't see what I'm doing.
I have no idea what you're doing. For all I know, you're reading comics. Yes, on the
No,
very
I'm
top
not into
screen, Rajiv's
comics.
blog.
Yeah, yeah.
Click on that, and then I think go to about the third page. Come down, come down, come down, and go to about the third page. Let's see if it's there. I can't read.
Owl bands? No.
F1 OPT. What does it say? I can't read this. F1 OPT, STEM OPT, students obtain settlement, traveling through Mexico. Keep going down.
Is it this one frequently asked? Oh no.
No, no. This was travel ban. Oh, this appears to be quite old. Business of go
Yeah.
up one page. Go to page two. Keep coming down. Keep coming down.
That's it. There's no
That's it.
down. Yeah.
Then after that is the first page, right? So go to fourth page. Then I don't remember where it is.
Uh,
Um, People have links, so they probably know. Oh, actually, you know what? I think I can email you the link.
oh, there it is. There it is. Found it.
Yeah. What page was it on?
Fourth.
Yeah, fourth page. So if you keep scrolling down, you'll see the map of what you should be doing at various stages of your OPT.
Okay. So F1 visa and if STEM OPT. Okay.
You sound like you're reading English for the first time, man.
I'm trying to understand what's and I'm also trying to understand the question. So
You can actually go on top, and it's even easier because it's instead of being a map, it's just
Hmm.
straightforward.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that might be easier to read. So
But you haven't written for.
no, up
Oh,
go up.
you have. Okay.
Yeah, STEM OPT applied, first year
And
OPT is still
still,
valid. STEM
you
OPT
can
applied,
travel.
first year OPT.
Okay.
Then further up,
Yeah, no,
if
I
that's
think his case is.
is OPT approved, you can travel if you have a valid passport and F1 visa, proof of employment training, I-20 endorsed for travel.
Okay. Uh, so in his case, so when you say OPT, does it require EAD?
Yeah, so that's the whole point. So check with your DSO. I think if you have proof of approval of your EAD and you have a valid passport, proof of employment, I-20 endorsed for travel, you should be able to travel. But if you are traveling between the times your OPT begins to whatever, then that period is counted as unemployment. So if your OPT is kicking in tomorrow and you travel tomorrow and you're gone for 15 days, then you have lost 15 days of unemployment. On the other hand, if your OPT is kicking in, I don't know, a month later, then obviously that time is not counted towards unemployment. But I'm not sure how safe it is to travel. I'm not sure it is that information is out there anywhere. Double check with your DS, so they might have better sense of it than I do.
Yeah. Okay. And Roche and I did share the link in the chat, so you can have it.
Yeah, take a look at it.
Cool. All right. Wanted to convert the F1 to H4 EAD. Do you recommend to hire services for immigration lawyer for filing?
No. Is there a good chance that both forms would be concurrently approved? I don't know. It's difficult to say. Of course, if you file it together with your spouse's H1 premium processing, whether it is extension, amendment, or new H1B, chances are much better. That's called bundling.
Hmm.
So there's a whole big story behind the bundling, and we've talked about it several times.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Vamsi has lots of questions. Doing good. I was picked in second lottery of month of August 2023. Okay. My question is, I'm currently working as a product manager and have about 16 years of experience. Wow. And well, I'm leading a comfortable life with a decent salary. Okay.
You get the sense of another best friend coming up.
Yes. However, I wanted to acquire an international experience in my career journey and may settle if everything works out fine. So, question is, could you please help me suggest the career opportunities? Okay, never mind. I thought it was immigration question because that's what he
Sorry,
started.
Vamsi, not no idea. I last time I looked for a job was 33 years ago, and I didn't find it.
Yeah. Would you make over 150 with 16 years of experience? Most likely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It also depends where you live. So if you
Yeah.
live in small town Pennsylvania and if you live in San Francisco, the salaries are going to be very different.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. But now with like remote jobs, I think like I live in a very small town yet make good money for
Oh,
Chicago
you are my
salaries.
best friend too.
I am your best friend. You are my best.
Everybody who makes lots of money is my best friend.
You make way more money than I do. So
See, the funny thing is, I didn't even know how much money I make. I've never really bothered about it. I
I
told
could
you
tell
last
that
time
you
I
were like,
found out.
"Here's take my Mercedes and go and drive it." I was like, "What?"
Yeah, no, see, yeah, of course, it's just a car. So 2 years ago, I was guaranteeing somebody a friend's lease or something, and the lady said, "Well, you're guaranteeing. What is your salary?" I have no idea. I know that they pay me. I don't know how much the firm
Yeah.
pays. So
Yeah. Yeah.
never been a problem. I have everything I need.
Right. Okay. Part one. I came to United States for fall 2023. Came back to India within a week. Deferred my admission, so they terminated my CVIS as drop classes, and now they gave me new I-20 for spring 2024. Part two. Do I need to do anything apart from paying CVIS for same universities and same course for spring 2024 for re-entry to United
Yeah, I
States?
don't think so. I think the visa should still be considered valid, but I have to look at the regulations. I don't want to give you an answer flippantly. So you can check with your DSO. Normally, if you had, for example, deferred, you could use the same visa. But is there a difference in dropped classes? One thing you got right, that when you enter the US the first time, it should always be with the same service and university as on your visa stamp. But what happens if it's dropped classes? So I don't know the answer to that question. I think it'll be the same, but double check with your DS, so they should be able to guide you.
Hmm. Okay. My company has offered me to transfer me to India, but India office is not registered. What does that mean? Company says they are unable to sponsor
Yes.
my L1, but will be able to file my H1B.
Well, I guess it is kind of sort of possible. So I'm trying to think of a circumstance where you can do the L1, but you can't do the H1B. And I think it's very unlikely, but let's for a moment assume that it's possible. So normally, when you do an L1, you don't have to have a separate company in the US. You could have a branch office of the Indian company in the US.
Hmm.
See my point? So when you
Hmm.
have branch office, it's not a separate company. Now, because you are not a US employer, you can't hire people on H1B, but you can still do an L1. I'm
Hmm.
guessing that's what it is. Although India office is not registered, I have no idea what that means.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not
S-
that's not possible. So they have to have a valid business structure somewhere, either USA or India. If they had a
Hmm.
valid business structure in USA, then they should be able to sponsor your H1B. But if they have no valid structure in USA, then they should have a valid structure in India if they want to sponsor your L1. So it doesn't
Hmm.
make sense. Maybe you have incomplete information.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. If the pilot program starts at this year end, will there be an official announcement and procedure to apply for?
Absolutely. Absolutely, Sai. Absolutely.
Nice. Okay.
He looks very angry, Saiji. What is this? Um, doesn't he
Is
is like
and
last
yeah,
year?
that might be like a candid pose. You're
It's very
you're too you're too young for all this, Rajiv ji.
I know, I know. When I grow up, I'll be like that.
Exactly. Should we assume that it'll be same as applying in home country?
Well, I am pretty sure DS 160 will have to be filled. I'm pretty sure fees have to be paid because the government never loses fees.
Hmm.
And I also suspect it used to be like this, that you send in your application by mail. Now they might make it online. I don't know. You
Yeah.
send in by application, but you can, you have to send in your passport. So no, it has to be by mail. And
Yeah.
what we used to do was, for example, if you are using UPS or Federal Express or USPS, we would send your passport, send the DSS 160, send the fees, and um, include a prepaid envelope so that they could FedEx it back to me or UPS it back to me. So that
Hmm.
was the typical process as I remember it.
Hmm.
In when they used to do it out of Washington D.C., we actually could send people downtown, just take everything with you, and they could go to a window. If I remember correctly, they could
Hmm.
get it stamped right here in Washington D.C. But most people prefer to do it by mail.
Yeah. All right. My H1B application was selected in this year's lottery, but I've
No,
decided not to proceed with the
yeah.
process.
Just because you decide not to file for the or take advantage of the lottery doesn't mean that you are incurring any kind of black marks against you for the next year's lottery.
Black marks. That's first time I've heard. It's usually red.
Really, red flag and black marks, Lalu.
Bla- okay. Yes. Yeah. All right. Received RFE for my for medical, but
Ouch.
date uh, has date has retrogress. What does that
So,
mean?
so
Retrogress.
Guptaji, here is how it works. So let me explain to you how the process of the adjustment of status works. So your dates are current this month. I am the adjudication officer. I pick up your file. I say, okay, everything looks okay. Oh, I'm missing the medicals. So I send you an RFE or an email. Um, they might even do phone calls eventually. Um, and I say, Gupta ji, you are missing your medical. Send it to me so I can approve your case this month. Okay. Now you send it. By the time it gets to me, the next month has started. Dates have gone back again. Okay.
Mm.
Can I approve your case? Maybe. How? What is the process of getting assigning visas or assigning green cards? So the adjudications officer, once the paperwork is complete, sends a request for a visa number. He says, I've got a green card ready here. Give me a visa number. Who does it send it to? He sends it to the State Department, who issues the visa numbers. Okay.
Mm.
So if the visa number has already been requested without the medicals, it might be. It's called pre-adjudicated. So the case is pre-adjudicated with a visa number in hand. Then there is a chance you might get an approval. But I doubt if they will apply for a visa number without the medicals. But I don't know for sure.
Mm.
So is there a
Mm.
possibility? Sure. Is it a probability? I do not know.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Rajiv ji, do you want to give some tips for F1 visa interview?
I give the same tip for every visa. Always tell the truth.
That's it.
See, don't volunteer information. Don't start telling your life story unless it comes up. If they say, could you give us your autobiography? Great. Give them your autobiography. But if they don't ask for it, don't volunteer it. But whatever they ask you, ask completely, answer completely in a friendly way and absolutely truthfully.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I have worked on C2C till October 31st, and my payroll for October is running parallel to my current full time payroll, which I started in November 6th. Does that impact or
Okay.
need
Okay. So this is
any?
what I understood, Pradeep ji. What you're saying is I worked, but I wasn't paid in a timely manner. So I'm getting paid now two sets of paychecks, one for the past work and one for the current work. And I don't see any problem with that. The employer is in violation, but you have no problem. See, I always tell people, I think we've talked about this before, that if you get paid for work you have already done, that's not a violation, even if you have lost status or you're in some other status, because you already worked for it. You're just getting reimbursed now.
Hmm. Hello, Yuri and Rajiv ji. Hello. How is the visa interview slot availability situation in India for
And
H1B extension?
you can Google it. Just Google. You can show it to people where it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just go to
What do I
Google
type?
or whatever search engine you use. I don't want to. I'm not selling Google, guys. I keep telling you. I just that I use it the most.
Yeah, one second. Let me share
Uh,
my screen. Um, Google. There we go.
so
Ooh,
just type U.S. visa wait times.
US visa.
Visa wait times. Hit enter, and the very first page should be State Department. Yeah, that's it. Go there, and then you select the city where you want to find out what the time is. So click on that. Today, you need a computer, a real computer, not a typewriter.
No,
Okay.
it's the computer is fine. I think it's the internet. Comcast,
Yeah.
we don't have fiber.
So
Yeah,
you enter the city there, right? So you say, for example, New Delhi,
I was gonna do
any city in
Hyderabad.
the world. Is that?
Yeah.
Oh, Hyderabad. Okay. So they are telling you exactly 35 days, 59 days, 1 days, 55 days. So go to this link. Okay. Just Google, just duplicate what we did.
Hmm. Wait, are you asking me or
Now I'm just telling Manoj.
Manoj? Okay, got it.
Uh, is your name Kumar Manoj or Manoj Kumar? This is confusing.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. It's usually Manoj Kumar.
It's all usually Manoj, but maybe he's doing the.
The candid post. See, I told you.
What is a DSLR, man? I don't know anything about photography.
It's a digital camera. Without so yeah, but now nobody uses DSLR anymore.
What is a
Because
candid post? I always think of candid post as something naughty.
no, candid post is like if I was not looking in the camera and like I was like admiring Jefferson Memorial and you took a photo of me and that's it.
Looking at other girls while
Yeah.
Caitlin throws a shoe at you. Yeah,
But like, yeah, or I was like, yeah, you got it.
I
See,
got
I
it.
told you, you have few years before you reach to this point until like,
I
and
know.
then
I
you'll
know. When I grow up, I'll know better. You will
yes,
discuss these topics with me then.
yes. My company is a US company with a branch in India, but India office is not registered.
So, how can a US company not process an H-1B for you? Okay, so that doesn't make any sense. And the branch in India, there may be a way out. It doesn't have to be registered. There may be a way out of it. Have your lawyers look into it. But if they are a US company, they can do an H-1B for you. And if that doesn't work, go get an L-1. I mean,
Hmm.
go work there for 1 year and come back on an L-1. See, the
I'm a
problem, Shivam, yeah,
yeah.
you are in USA on B1, B2 visa. You want to convert to F1 using premium processing. I don't remember about, yeah, you can do premium actually. But the bigger problem, Shivam, is that if you enter the USA on a B1, B2, okay, and this is true for any visa conversion from B1, B2,
Hmm.
there are 2 points, data points, where you could have a problem. And government can say that you were dishonest with us when you got the B1, B2. One, when you applied for visa. If you applied for a visa recently and you told the officer, oh, I'm just going to go hang around and, go to Yellowstone National Park and, I don't know, watch the birds fly. And you made this representation, and they said, okay, yeah, you look like the kind of guy who likes to watch birds. All right, here you go. Here is your visa. But you land here, 3 days later, you're applying to different universities and trying to get an F1. Government can say you lied to us when you obtained the visa. The second point at which you can be dishonest is when you try to enter the US after getting the visa, the Custom and Border Protection asked you, Lalaji, what are you doing here? And you go, I'm going to watch birds in Yellowstone National Park. And they go, oh, yeah, you look like that kind of guy. All right, go in. And 3 days later, you try to convert to F1. So you lied to the CBP. So therefore, whenever you have B1 to F1 or B1 to L1 or B2 to L1, B2 to green card, any of these conversions, you have to be very, very careful. Okay. So your case should be examined by a lawyer just to make sure you're not going to have a problem when you go get an F1 visa stamp. Now, if you say, I'm not going to travel for the next 20 years, that's fine. Okay.
I'm hired.
So,
Sorry.
so,
Continue.
so therefore, the answer is yes, you should be able to use premium processing, but should you convert from B to F? That's doubtful. There could be another option. Think about it this way. So now I have taken a B1, B2, I came to the US and I left after 3 months. Then from India, I started applying for schools. Now, when I go and apply for an F1 visa, I have a much better case because I've been to the US and come back. I have a
Hmm.
good track record. My
Yeah, I
chances,
can tell a story like it was fun. I loved the environment and all of that.
I
Yeah.
like the birds, and the birds were beautiful, and now
Yeah, I went to the campus. I loved the courses,
I
etc.
like the birds and the bees, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So, what else was I telling? Oh, hey, Yudi, what do you have in the back? Do what you love what you do.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Exactly.
this is Americans' Western way of looking at things, and that's the Indian way of looking at things.
Exactly.
Your daddy said, "Go get an engineering degree. Now you got to love what you do."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. uh, I was hardwiring it because internet is slow. All right. I am married to US citizen. Okay. And I have a reckless driving charges in Virginia. I was in Virginia. But have not yet convicted on probation. Will it impact any on my adjustment of status application?
Uh,
Hmm.
my best guess, it should not, because getting married to a US citizen, you can get rid of a lot of the issues. And reckless driving depends upon the state statutes, the way they are drafted. So whenever you have criminal convictions, you have multiple level problems. First level problem is, how does the state law define this crime? Then the second level is the federal level. How does the federal government look at this language of the statute? So you
Mm.
have all these issues. Now, what should you do to get a better answer than I can give you? Talk to a lawyer who practices deportation laws in Virginia. My practice is limited to employment based cases, um, business based cases, extraordinary ability, professors, researchers, things like that, and some family based cases. Because for most family based cases, you don't even need a lawyer. However, we do these cases. We don't do any deportation. I only deportation case I did was in 1989 as a favor to a friend. After
Mm.
89, many of you were not even born then. I've never taken any deportation cases. That's just not my thing. Okay. So talk to a lawyer who does deportation law or deportation related practice in Virginia because they will know the local statutes.
Mm. Mm. Nice. Okay. Currently on H4 in US, I got my service, but due to limited time, I'm planning to do change of status to F1. Can there be problem in future since service is issued?
I can't think of any problems. Rahulji, I always tell people double check with their DSOs. They should know about all these procedures. Personally, I don't see a problem.
Nice. Okay. Currently on in USA on L1 visa. My project is ending. I want to transfer H1B that was stamped as without prejudice. Can a new employer file another I-20 I-129 for change
Yeah,
status?
yeah, they can. So basically, your situation is you used to have an H1B visa stamp, which was canceled without prejudice, which basically means just procedure, right? So now I'm in USA. I've got my L1. I'm maintaining status. Can I just file change of status to H1B? Sure,
Hmm.
absolutely.
Hmm.
What if the original 797 expires? Then you have to file for an extension before you apply.
Hmm. Okay.
Obtain an extension, then go.
My son has been selected in H1B second lottery. Please tell me when can he visit me when can he come to meet us in India?
Well, he can come today if he wants to, Sujata ji. Because the problem is not coming to you India. Problem is coming back to US. So he can come see you today if he wants. The only thing is to come back, he will need to get an H1B approval from the USCIS and then take that and get an H1B visa from the consulate in India. So he can come anytime he wants.
Hmm. Nice. And so, how would they have to send I-797 back to him?
Yeah. So typically, if, for example, one of our clients was in this situation, so what we would do is tell them, go hang out with mom. And as soon as the case is approved, we will send you the original I-94 and a copy of the 797. Some
Mm.
consulates are dumb and they ask for original. You're not supposed to carry the original. If you look at the language of the 797, it says the individual should get a copy and the original I-94.
Mm.
So that's what we would do. Typically, we would send you both those things.
Okay, got it. Then book the appointment, get approval, and then come. Okay, got it. Nice. Could you let us know more about studying while under H1B? I hear people studying MBA programs while working.
Okay, you can say. You can work part time or even up to full time. If you're changing H1B terms, you have to file an amendment, and that becomes a little tricky. But part time is absolutely no issue. H1B allows you to study, H4 allows you to study.
Mhm. My daughter's EB1A visa was approved, but when will it be current? Mm.
Deepaji, only the good Lord can answer that question. Yesterday, the same question was raised in a call. Um, I was talking to somebody assessing their EB1A resume. And that same question was asked by her also. And I said, look, just common sense. The number of applicants is not decreasing, the number of visas is not increasing. So, what does that tell you?
Hmm.
You do
Hmm.
the math. So it's unlikely that we are going to have drastic changes unless the government has made a mistake in their counts.
Hmm. Hmm. I like how parents are like taking care of their kids.
Well, not only that, I find it quite interesting that parents are so actively involved.
Mm.
I have graduated from so many schools and colleges. I have never attended a graduation. My family has never attended any graduation.
Yeah. um, all right. Question one. I have H4 stamp in passport valid till 2025. My spouse switched job and her new I-797 is valid till 2026. And our I-94 are valid till 2026. I'm in US now, going to India for a short trip. When coming back to US in 2024 itself.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can ask for that, and they should give it to you.
Hmm,
They should
nice.
give it coextensive with your um, spouse's H1. And I'm trying to think if that's going to be a problem in any way. It shouldn't be. I think that's what they should give. An I
Hmm.
94 coextensive with your spouse's latest approval, even though your visa is expiring sooner.
Hmm. Hmm. After graduating from university after my master's in computer science, I couldn't find a job in within 90 days. Is it true that I have to go back to India? Ooh.
So, this is your first year of OPT, Ryan. Have you applied for an OPT? Did you apply for an OPT? And remember, OPT as well as STEM OPT only requires 20 years or 20 hours each week. You don't have to be full time employed. And first year of OPT, you don't even have to have a paid job. You can
Hmm.
volunteer, you can talk to your professors, get a project of some kind, and just spend 20 hours each week.
Hmm. Okay. Mohan is asking, I'm on OPT and I'm planning to come to India for my surgery. So I'm planning to stay in India for 65 days, but I already wasted 60 days of unemployment days. So, problem. So, is there any issues at immigration in USA?
Well, you would have lost your OPT, right? I'm not aware of any medical exceptions to the OPT 90 days, 60 days requirements. Um, you can check this website, which is studyinthestates.gov. One word, studyinthestates.gov. Check the website. If you go there and click on students, there is a menu item for students. There is a sub menu for training options for students. Under that, you will find all this information.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. I got H1B petition approved in second lottery with the start date of December 12th, 2023. Currently, I'm on my initial OPT until December 12th. What's your suggestion regarding visa stamping?
Go now, get your visa stamping before your OPT expires.
And that he plans to visit in June 2024 because I'll be completely occupied until June with an
Yeah.
ongoing project work. Is it too long or is it advisable to get this time as the earliest as
Well,
possible?
if you are working for the same company who processed your H1B and you're doing the H1B job now while you're on OPT, you should be fine no matter when you go.
Hmm.
Because the idea is I'm working for the company, they have a job for me, I'm doing that job. It's just that my status is F1 rather than being H1B. So now I'm ready to get my visa stamp. That should be okay.
Hmm. Okay.
I would take a letter from the company confirming that if I were you.
Okay. I'm on F1 OPT and I forgot to update my physical address on time after moving on Sevip portal. Is there going to be issue in future?
Yeah, if the government wants to make it an issue, but they usually don't, make sure you correct it. I mean, this is such a silly thing that if you forget to update your address, it's actually a misdemeanor, and
Oh,
it's actually a
wow.
crime. They can prosecute you as a misdemeanor, if I remember correctly. And I also remember
Wild.
that we
Okay.
had we had a company that got caught with all this stuff about, they had some violations, immigration violations, but they were minor and they were not deliberate. So the government said, look, we are going to find some kind of crime against the officers. How about, because the officers were also on green card, failure to update AR11. So they gave them that crime as which
Mm,
is minor thing.
wow.
Okay, but it's still a crime.
Yeah, that is interesting.
But it's
Okay.
not going to be a problem. They shouldn't make an issue of it.
Yeah. PhD student got a job where I'll be joining in 5 months. The company said they will file H1B, but the chances are less for the company. Can I file EB1 green card personally?
If you are born in India and your wife is also born in India, EB1 is not going to help you. It's backed up many years. So, but you can apply for an O1A, have the company apply for an O1A. If you qualify for EB1, you can also qualify for O1A. Tell the company to look into filing your O1A
Mm.
instead
And
of
we have
H1B.
done the videos on O1A to see the criterias. So, all right. My friend is on OPT, already used 60 days of unemployment date, and next Monday he's traveling back to India for medical purpose. And how long can he stay back in India? Looks like it's the
Same question, different
yeah.
wording. And again, go to studyinthestates.gov, go to the menu item students, sub menu item training opportunities in USA. See what they say.
Hmm. In this case, can he come back before the 90 days of unemployment?
Well, if he can prove that he has a job, and we go back to the same
Oh
chart which we were
yes.
looking at.
Okay. Got it. Hmm. All right. I know we are at
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
Uh,
I've got to run into my next call.
I'll look for one juicy one.
Yeah, we'll get one juicy one next time. Be even 15-20 minutes earlier.
Yeah. 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 All right. Let's see this one. I'm on H4. I got an admission in college. They offered me a graduate assistantship to change of status H4 to F1 stamping. I'm not able to find slots in India, even though I applied for change of status without stamping. Can I work legally?
Ramakrishnaji, you should apply premium processing, right? And that probably would work, change of status premium processing. But typically, you cannot, as far as I know, you cannot start an assistantship without having F1 status.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. All right. I think we'll call it. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Rajivji. We'll start early next
See you
time.
next week.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, everyone.